Harry Potter. And it's heavy and it's real wood.
It's really heavy. I got it at Harry Potter World. In the wand shop.
Cool.
When I...
Is it magic? Does it work?
Yes.
Have you done anything with it that shows that it works?
Not really, no.
Waste of
Put it in
time.
the frame. I don't know if you can see it.
We're Diane and Carol of the Diane and Carol Show.
I'm Carol.
I'm Diane.
You might not know because Carol's an older-fashioned name. Some would think you're Carol. But so is Diane.
Do I seem old-fashioned?
Well, you seem older than me.
I'm older than her. I'm the aunt.
I got a haircut since the last video.
Bob. It's gorgeous.
Thank you, Diane.
It's gorgeous.
I curled it, too.
It's beautiful. And I noticed, should I say it on TV?
I don't know what you should say.
She's wearing a bit of makeup.
I am wearing a bit of makeup.
And it's adorable.
Okay, I've always worn a little bit of makeup. You haven't noticed until 2 days ago.
When you you've started having the bobbed hair, the fancy hair clips, and it just looks very... What is the word?
You can look back at our last video. I was wearing makeup there, too.
I should have been, too. It looks very... you look old-fashioned in a really quaint way.
I want to look old-fashioned.
You do.
Goal.
It's a really good look for you. So we're here in Carol's room.
We could do a little bit of a room tour around.
We're sitting on the bed
so
that you'll have good light.
So
show the wall of art.
There's my bed and Diane. We're sitting in front of the window for the lighting. This is my desk. It has 2 bowls of Cheerios that shouldn't be shown.
I think there's 2 bowls of Cheerios.
There. I had Cheerios at 1 a.m. last night. That's my wall of art.
Show the wall of art.
Oh look, she can show my eye wall. Hold on.
The eye wall.
I can't. I painted eyeballs on the wall. We're filming this on my phone because the camera's at Diane's house, so it's a little tricky.
Show my favorite painting, which is the flowers in the eyes.
She has flowers in her eyes. I like the butterflies.
Really nice.
These are on my books. If you can focus on them.
And I like to show that one of the woman in front of the lamp. Is she you?
No, I don't know who she is.
It's fun to be visiting here. Usually Carol comes to my house to visit.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's fun to be visiting here. So as for the decluttering, I got slowed down a little. I did the plant pots, and then I think I videoed a little bit of the follow-up to the plant pots. I repotted 2 plants.
Oh.
I found a third since that needs repotting.
Oh my goodness. Sorry,
yes,
I don't mean
go
to
ahead.
interrupt.
No, go ahead.
But I have a child. There's a little water in the bottom.
A child. Oh my gosh, look at that. And it's on a plate with little flowers. Or polka dots.
When I was editing your video, I was thinking, I have a plate that holds a pot. Or a potted plant.
Oh, that's lovely. Do you
remember when you came over here, when Mom published your book, and you said, "What did David get you?" And she showed you this, and you guys laughed about it because it was almost dying. It was so hideous. I don't know if you recall. I've nursed it back to life.
That's something, isn't it?
I just saw the book. You told me about the show. Here, look.
What? Oh!
Diane started watching Normal People, the show. She told me about it on the phone the other day. And
there's the book.
I've read the book. You should read the book. I loved the book. I liked it a lot.
Carol's got several superhero skills.
What's that?
One is Carol's a musician.
That's nice of you to say.
And one of these days, I will request that she play a song on her guitar and sing for the videos.
National TV.
national television.
Oh boy.
And Carol's one of her other superhero activities is that she is a avid reader. Like Carol can read a book a day, like a novel a day. And
I've slowed down in January because, and I'll tell you why. It's right here. I started reading, I've read 3 books so far this month, which is not that good for me. And it's because I read 2 books right at the start. And then I started reading there's the shine. I started reading this book because I got it for Christmas, and it's very popular. It has rave reviews. And I didn't like it at all, but I just wanted to finish it because everyone liked it so much. I thought it might get better by the end. So it took me so long to read because I just didn't want to.
Aww.
It's like really overdone writing, and like it's almost uncomfortable. You know, that kind of like dark, cynical, uncomfortably overdone writing.
It might not get to stay on your bookshelf.
It's really pretty though.
I like the end of it better.
Yeah.
But
So now, I just finished it yesterday, and it was quite the feat.
Oh, it's thick.
And now I'm reading this book. We could have a book channel. I could talk about books for hours.
Yeah.
If you can see it compared to my face, it's a bit of a chunky book. It's the sequel to the book,
I like the name.
An Absolutely Remarkable Thing.
This is a beautifully foolish endeavor.
Yes, by
That's
Hank
what
Craven.
we're doing, having a YouTube channel.
And it's about an alien species called the Carls invading Earth. And I never read fantasy or science fiction, anything like that. I like to read books that are set here and now, basically. Some historical stuff, but mostly here and now and realistic. But these books have been very... This is going to be so boring for me to talk about books.
No,
But
it's good. It's good.
they're really accessible sci-fi-y. If I were to read on a book flap a blurb saying aliens, I would immediately close it. But I watch Hank Green on YouTube. He makes videos with his brother John Green, who wrote The Fault in Our Stars. And so I wanted to read it just because I like him. And it's very good, accessible sci-fi to people who don't like sci-fi at all. That's my
biggest
feel.
alien book I read was and I was not much older than you, the Stephen King,
Which one?
Tommy Knockers. And an alien ship comes to Earth, and this man is out for a walk, and he finds a piece of metal on the soil. And he starts digging around it, and he digs, and it's this big, huge metal thing, and he just keeps digging. And he just keeps digging until it's, like, huge. And it was an alien ship. And then the door opened, and then all hell broke loose for a very long time.
These aliens aren't like your typical aliens. They're basically like statues. And so the first book starts with everyone in every major city in the world, like this massive statue sculpture, robot-y sculpture type thing pops up in the middle of a street. And they can't be moved. And they don't do anything. That's all they are the entire time.
Weird.
But they are like slowly affecting everything. So it's basically contemporary, but just with some statues in the street, which is why I liked it.
Wow. All right.
Do you have any good audiobooks to recommend to the masses?
Oh my god. Now I have to remember, some of my favorites have been Mrs. Queen Takes the Train. For an old-fashioned guy like yourself, you might enjoy that. It's a story of Queen Elizabeth, and she decides to just walk out of her life and get on a train and go across the country in a train, and it's all her adventures when she walks out of Buckingham Palace and just takes a break without telling anybody. And it's really fun. And she's doing yoga. She refers to her yoga as stretches and stuff. So that's a good one. And we liked another one called My Mrs. Brown. I used to always pick badly, and now I share the same, like my library card is on my sister's Libby account and hers is on mine. So if I can't find anything in my library system, I check out hers. But she's good at picking books.
Yeah,
Joshua Jackson, I want to call her that, but I don't think that's her first name. And oh my gosh, like they're so intense. I've listened to a whole bunch of them.
I found that
There's problems with murder. There's problems with people drowning in pools. There's problems, and they're all a little bit, very slightly deep south issues. Oh my gosh, I love her books. And Leanne Moriarty, she's a bit murderish.
I would just like to say that
Yes.
I believe that Elizabeth has a magical superpower about picking books.
Yeah, that's her superpower.
I have read 3 books that Elizabeth has given me that I can think of off the top of my head, and each and every one has been exceptional.
Yeah, my whole book life improved as soon as we started sharing library cards. And then she just picks them out, and when it's time for me to get my next book, I just look through what she's listened to, and I say which has been, and she's a reader too though. She'll listen to the audiobooks, and when she finds one she loves, she buys the book to keep it, and then she reads it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, no, the books are a good thing. The books. Oh, dear.
Okay, I would like to recommend some books. First of all, this is Nothing to See Here. It might be reversed, the words. I think it will be. It's in selfie mode so we can see ourselves. This is a book, it's by Kevin Wilson. And it's a book about a rich family who the mother invites an old friend, who the perspective is told by, to come be a nanny to her children in their mansion. But their children catch on fire. Like they combust.
I see that.
They combust when they get mad.
See,
And of course she falls in love with the children,
But do they die when they combust?
No.
Because when you look I used to look up combustible people before. I did a bit of research on that when I was younger. And usually there's just a little pile of ashes after they combust. And they really do combust. People really do combust. Okay, sorry to interrupt.
They don't get hurt, they just hurt everyone around them.
Oh, okay. And
Yes.
there's a picture of the combustion.
Yes. I like short books. You might be able to... Actually, this one's long. This book is a memoir by Alicia Elliott, who is an Indigenous author. And it's it's like half kind of non-fiction-y information, and half of it's like her life. She grew up in the same town Mom did. She went to the same high school that Mom did. And
the pattern on the book is
yes,
the
it's
same
a
as the
beautiful
bedspread.
cover.
It's the same as the bedspread, but opposite colors. Look at.
Yeah, you're right.
Sorry. You guys can't look because the camera's up there.
This is a really good memoir. This is another book kind of about race. I went through like a race memoir.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
How to be less stupid about race, and I think everyone should read this.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good, and I really like her perspective in this. Her name is Crystal M. Fleming. You should read it. Then, lastly, this is a bit immature compared to everything else. Please don't shame me. But this is called boyfriend material. My favorite subgenre of book, I have a few. Suburban dysfunctional families. Small town revolution amongst girls against like sexism. I like books like that. And gay teenage boys.
Teenage boys genre.
Yeah.
Come of age.
This has the fake dating trope.
The what?
Fake dating, like they start fake dating.
Oh, there's a lot of romance movies about fake dating.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So he is a bit in the public eye, and he needs a respectable partner where Oliver comes in, and he, as you can see, he's in a suit, so obviously he's a respectable person. And
they pretend
hate each other.
they're pretending to date just
it's
for
also it's
practical.
fake dating, but also enemies too.
Oh,
Like they don't like each other, but they have to do this, and
then they fall in love.
Of course, they fall in love. It's incredible. I lent it to my friend Scarlett because she said that she kind of fell out of reading, and she read this in a day. I read this in a day too.
Wow.
And I had company
One
over.
fake boyfriend, practically perfect in every way.
I had company over while I was reading with this, and I kept on going upstairs, reading a chapter, and then coming back down.
That's
So
cute.
these are my recommendations for now.
Nice.
I will have more in the
Carol.
future.
Thank you.
Stay tuned.
Oh dear. Oh, don't fall off.
In the summer, Diane, Grandma Carol, and I spent a week at Diane's cottage. And it was great fun.
It was fun. It was fun. It was good for Grandma Carol, my mother, because she loves going up there. And so it was fun to be up there, the three of us. It was very special.
Yeah. We watched a lot of good movies, too.
We watched
a couple
movies.
less good movies that were really old, but some really
Less good.
ones.
We were trying to convert Carol to enjoying an old black and white movie. I think because you're such an old-fashioned gal, I think it's still an area for you to bloom into.
I think it's still possible, yeah.
They're slower. They're gentler.
I was really against historical fiction for a while, too, but then it was that summer that I kind of finally got into it. And so maybe one day I appreciate it's part of it, but we watched the one. I don't know if maybe people will know what I'm talking about. I forget what it's called. But it was about a teenage girl who I think was a servant daughter thing, something, a position like that, in a mansion, and she went away to Paris or something, and then she came back, and then she fell in love with the...
Oh, we're talking about Sabrina with Audrey Hepburn.
One of the guys in the mansion. But he was like 60 years old, and she was like
40.
70. She was 17, and he was like 45.
I think you're exaggerating.
I am not. And we looked it up, and he was like 50 when that was filmed. And it was hard to tell.
It was bad, and I must admit, when I first saw that movie, I was disturbed by the same thing.
And it's a little bit easy to like let slide because the camera quality and the black and white, you can hardly tell that he's old. But when you get the close-up shots...
Humphrey Bogart and Audrey Hepburn. A lot of old movies have the men too old, I will admit.
Yeah. What's the other one we watched?
It's still a good movie, though.
There's one that was in color, where they went to Italy, visited the old mother.
Oh! An Affair to Remember.
Yeah.
Cary Grant and Deborah Kerr.
Yeah.
I love that movie. Did you have trouble with that one?
I think less trouble because it was in color.
He was pretending he was married. No, that's a different one. They were on a ship and they both had someone they were going to marry when they got back. But they fell in love.
Right. Yeah, and my personal favorite...
And she ended up in a wheelchair. And then she had her little shriveled legs.
People are going to be really confused if they haven't seen these movies. But
they have, though. Everyone's seen these movies. No.
Not me.
No.
I hadn't. But my favorite one we watched that week was Moonstruck.
That's a good one.
That was a good one.
Fully in color.
With Cher.
Fully animated. Star power. Nicolas Cage. That's a good one.
So
what?
What?
Cher and Nicolas Cage.
Oh, okay.
In that movie. In
I have a friend recently. Maybe she'll watch this. I actually didn't tell her we're doing this, so she probably won't. But maybe one day I will, and she'll see this. She texted me recently and asked me if I had a color printer. And I said yes. And she said, can I send you something to print? And then I'll come and pick it up off your porch. And she sent me a document, and it was 25, cut out pictures of Nicolas Cage's face.
Why?
I still didn't ask. I printed it. I put it on the porch. She picked it up. She sent me a picture later that day with all of the faces cut out and in a big plastic bag. And she said, "It's perfect, thank you." And I still don't know what it was for.
There's some things people do that are very strange. But I'm sure there are things that we do that
I
other
should have
people
asked.
think are strange.
But I like to think that if I were ever doing something like that, she wouldn't ask either.
Maybe you will.
Maybe I will one day.
Cut out 25 faces of Taylor Swift.
And plaster them on my wall.
Could do it. Could do it. All right, I think we're done.
Okay. Should we do a
And this,
okay.
thank you for listening today.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. It's the Diane and Carol show. I'm Diane.
I'm Carol.
And
We didn't introduce Gus.
we were going to introduce Gus. Gus is Grandma Connie's cat, who's still very young.
He's a great cat.
Gorgeous
We
cat.
call him the Goose.
He's adorable.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah, we're
This is
having...
gonna be a nightmare to edit this end part. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, no.